Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is Colin McGuigan for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined with Gareth himself, Gareth Davies. How are you, my friend? It's been a while.
It's lovely to be here in LA as the sun goes down with the helter-skelter.
Do you know what we should do, Gareth? We should actually move this interview and look out onto the pier. Do you want to do that? Let's do it. Let's go. Let's move as we go. Talk to me a little bit. Look at this. Look at that view, Gareth. Just talk to me about that view.
Well, I'm going to be on there later on a paddleboard, or at least tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I paddleboarded here once before, and I had fucking sharks around me. What I thought was sharks, but it was a bottlenose dolphin. I was the only one out there.
You were out there?
Yeah, because I generally when I come to LA and haven't been here for a little while, I stayed down on Newport Beach at a yacht club. And they hire paddleboards out and bicycles, and I love to cycle 10 miles up and down and then go out on a paddleboard. And this big fucking fish came out of the water, but it was a bottlenose dolphin. I was the only one out there, and I'm like paddling for mad life thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna die from a shark. Fucking dolphin.
Gareth, outrageous story. We're gonna touch on these type of stories this week. I'm excited to get the feel of fight week, but I want to get your opinion on what's probably Terrence Crawford's toughest test to date. Do you believe that ISRAIL MADRIMOV has it in his locker on Saturday night to dethrone the pound-for-pound number one?
I don't think ISRAIL MADRIMOV's his hardest fight.
Who was his hardest fight? Ricky Burns?
No. No, he's brilliant that night. His hardest fight mentally was Errol Spence, but he owned him. It's a brilliant one-sided fight. Trying to think, no one's really pushed him that hard because he's so brilliant.
Madrimov, that guy though?
He's 11-0, isn't he? Madrimov.
Look at that amateur pedigree though.
Yes, I know, but
Uzbek power, Gareth.
Yeah, no, listen, he's an incredibly powerful, very big, very strong opponent. But my feeling is that Crawford just has the kryptonite for him. It'll be bull against Matador, and I've got Terrence Crawford winning by 8 rounds to 4 or 9 rounds to 3. He might have a couple of torrid rounds in there, but he's just too skillful. He's evasive. He sees little gaps in the openings of the door. I just see him being able to do it. He's so talented. For me, he's the pound-for-pound number one. And also, he's grown into it in recent times. He's grown as I always said this to Terence, to work harder to be a mainstream star. And he won't remember this, but he said, no, I'm already a star. Yeah, he has been a star in the sport, but not in the mainstream. Doing Logan Paul's podcast, the Paul brothers, going on WWE, even having spats with Eddie Hearn, all these little cameos have made him a more accessible personality, if I can say that. I think he was a bit closed before, but I think he's being paid the right amount. He's in his late 30s. He's fully mature as a human being. I think this is his time.
I've asked a few people this question who have ties. You're the perfect man to ask this question, Gareth. I spoke to Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz, and both of them told me that AJ's been matched well. He's been looked after by Eddie Hearn. He's never really had a tough test since the Usyk defeats. Okay? I asked Eddie Hearn, he rubbished those claims. Do you believe that is the case, Gareth?
I think he's fully confident at the moment. I see him as an 80-20 favourite against Daniel Dubois. You can say that about so many people in history, that they've been well matched, and that is the job of the promoter to do that. Look what Usyk did with Tyson Fury. I thought Fury would beat Usyk, but Usyk just bested him. 114, 113 in my view. I don't care what anyone says, it was a close fight. The second fight will be close. Anthony Joshua was better the second time around against Alexander Usyk. And if Usyk beats Fury for a second time and Joshua beats Dubois, very happy to see a trilogy with Joshua and Usyk. And I think Joshua will have an even better chance this time because of the age of Usyk, the mileage on the clock, and the fact that Joshua really believes in himself again. I think that's a massive thing for him, is his headspace, because I think he's an overthinker in lots of ways. I think that's why Ben Davison and Lee Wiley are so good for him.
Interesting take. It does, Gareth. Look, I'm going to be rushed here because I've got a Terrence Crawford interview.
Yes, and
but
give me up for Terrence Crawford any day of the week.
Before I let you go, quick answer to this. Eddie Hearn said that he's going to run for Prime Minister. Reaction?
Not a fucking chance in hell, Eddie.
Gareth Davies, we're going to pick up on that later. Thank you, my friend.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.